Hey, what's up guys? Rhythm Rev here, and what could be more classic than video game reviews on YouTube? Some of the earliest content on YouTube are video game reviews, with some of the earliest content creators being IGN and AVGN, whose content actually predates this site. It's evolved from these roots, with there now being a vast array of creators of different styles of content. From Some Call Me Johnny to Scott the Woz to Cat Icarus, each YouTuber brings their own identity to the table. All except one, the subject of this video. Connor the Waffle. Now, I've had this guy on my radar for ages now, as I remembered being recommended some of his early videos and absolutely refusing to watch it because his name was just so fucking horrible. But I recently became aware of his shady stuff that he's been wrapped up in. But that's for later in this video. Today, we're going to examine Connor the Waffle, his content, his thumbnails, and how he can improve his content to expand his audience. But before this video starts, I would like to first plug my second channel. I opened up a second channel. It's called Rhythm Rev Reloaded, you know, like every other movie subtitle. It's just kind of an extra channel where I upload stuff like memes and extra edits and mashups and maybe even bloopers, you know, if I'm into it. So yeah, please check it out. Link will be in the description, and there will also be a card somewhere here. Yeah. Right here. Alright, onto the video. Connor the Waffle created his channel in 2009, but his earliest upload, to my knowledge at least, was in 2014 with his sequelitis homage. It's, you know, I'll just let Connor say it.
It was boring as shit. I don't know what it was that made this game so, yeah?
Holy shit, this video was fucking boring. I didn't know I was attending a college lecture. What is this, the PlayStation 5 spec reveal? Ayo! This video is really boring, and he copies bits directly from sequelitis that, while they were originally charming, now feel contrived and hackneyed. But you know, that's okay. I mean, my Switch impressions video from 2017 is a fucking nightmare, but I've gradually improved over time to make my content some of the best it can be. I'm sure it's no different for Connor, right? Right? Connor the Waffle still makes incredibly boring videos. It's just that now they feel like if you put Peanut Butter Gamer, Space Hamster, and Noob Dude reviews into a blender, the mush that results is the average Connor the Waffle video. It seems that his content has been specifically chosen to be the clone of another YouTuber. We already mentioned his sequelitis homage, but he has also tried to do game theories that are so obviously trying to copy MatPat's style to a T that it's not even funny. It's kinda painful, actually. He even uses the same green text that MatPat has been known to use into his thumbnails. This content found Connor some moderate success though, with him going from 5,000 subs all the way to 60,000 over the course of 2015, which is pretty impressive all things considered. His banner during this time is interesting though. His avatar is giving me some serious fuck me eyes, which is gross, and he also lists himself as, quote, waffle lover, entertainer.
I'm like, no, I'm an entertainer. You're
boring.
And your friend? Yeah, no, but I appreciate the gesture. By 2016, he was at over 100,000 subscribers. By July 2016, he had over 100,000 subscribers. And by November 2019, he had 300,000, which is where we are today. 300,000 subscribers in 5 years is no doubt respectable. However, it seems he's been stagnant as of late. Over the past few months since the November archive, he's only grown about 10,000 subs. More dire is his empty subscriber ratio. For those unaware, empty subscribers is a term coined by EmpLemon to refer to subscribers of a YouTube channel that are subscribed but don't actually watch the content the channel produces. As you grow, the disparagement of this ratio often grows wider. Connor has an abysmal ratio, being at around 350,000 subscribers, but his videos only get around 50,000 views on average. This results in a subscriber base being about 86% empty subscribers, at least by my calculations. I'm smart, but I'm more of a writing guy. But anyways, for some comparisons, let's compare him to another YouTuber, my personal favorite, Some Call Me Johnny. He has almost the same amount of subscribers, yet his videos easily crack over 100,000 views, leaving him with a respectable 72% empty subs percentage. While this still sounds bad, realistically most YouTubers aren't anywhere close to 0% or even 30%, but reside more often in the 50 to 60 range. Regardless, Connor's channel is stagnant and he's going nowhere, and when you're stuck, You have no choice but to experiment, and this has resulted in his more experimental stuff he's been trying to make. Most notable are his JonTron and Scott the Woz homages. On April Fool's Day for the past couple years, he will try to basically copy another YouTuber's style and talk about bootleg video games. Fittingly, of course. Again, this would be fine if it was done well. After all, I do my own Blame It On George homages every Halloween to talk about lost media, and these videos are considerably popular. But there are a couple defining factors that make Connor's homages shady at best. One, Connor blatantly shoves references from Scott the Woz and JonTron into his videos that make it obvious that it's trying to be a nod. Even then, he fails to know what makes these jokes work in their original contexts. Specifically in the Scott the Woz video, he says non sequitur jokes throughout the video because he thinks, oh, Scott says random stuff and that's funny. Him saying random things is the funny part. No, that's not it at all. Scott's comedy comes from analogies and correlations to things that many don't often think of, but are perfect examples for what he's joking about. Playing Tetris has no relevance to you getting a Jack-in-the-Box item back on the menu. That's dumb, lol random humor from 2010. Credit where credit is due though, his JonTron homage was actually pretty alright. Now, as a homage, it completely fails because it doesn't capture any essence of John's content, neither new nor old. But in terms of his writing and jokes, this is miles better than what he usually makes. I can actually watch this and not get bored. He's even a little edgier in this video.
If you're looking for more 8-bit nudity, then you've come to the right place.
Now, if it ended here, I still probably wouldn't have brought it up. And I probably maybe wouldn't even have made this video until perhaps a later date. But it gets worse. For the thumbnails of these videos, he puts in the branding of the channels that he's referencing. Motherfucker, what? He's blatantly using the branding of other YouTubers to attract more views and make people think that they're actually going to watch a video made by the creator or one of similar quality, but it's not. This is an advanced type of clickbait that I thought no one would ever try to stoop to. But I suppose I was wrong. Speaking of clickbait, another thing that Connor likes to do to get dem views is by using the classic clickbait tactics of yesteryear. Specifically, putting in pixelated boobies into the thumbnails in clear distinction among the absolute cluttered mess of his thumbnails. It's actually quite jarring for him to do this considering he definitely skews towards the younger side. But perhaps he's just capitalizing on his young fans that are just barely hitting puberty. This is, of course, a dirty tactic on its own, but even more egregious is the fact that Connor steals fan art. Not occasionally, but all the Connor compulsively steals fan art created by artists, mostly from DeviantArt, and uses it for his thumbnails, even when it has nothing to do with the video at hand. For some reason he likes to put Undertale versions of characters into his thumbnails, despite none of them mentioning Undertale. And I only displayed the ones I could find sources for. There are other ones that are clearly fan art that I couldn't locate the source for, like this one, or yeah, I didn't even see that. The worst part is that in some cases, there's no reason for him to do this. Take this Animal Crossing thumbnail, for example, where he uses a piece of fan art of Bob, when he could have easily just used the official render of him in the thumbnail. What are you doing, mate? Even his Waffle guy in his logo is a slight recolor of the Waffle guy from the music video to the Perry Grip song, Do You Like Waffles? It's not even subtle, man. This whole art theft thing is actually what inspired me to make this video in the first place, and actually look into Connor's content to see if he actually was any good. I came across this tweet from the Super Mario Flashback Twitter in which they cite the thumbnail of his and say, quote, "Please don't use our avatar on clickbait thumbnails for your shitty ass YouTube videos." Yikes. You wanna burn heel for that, Connor? It doesn't end there. He then replies, saving face by saying, "Damn bro, sorry about that. Damn bro, I didn't realize I stole your art." He then changed the thumbnail to replace the image to another stolen piece of fan art, which I was actually able to somewhat track the source of. This at least confirms that the art wasn't original or made for the video itself. And all these pieces of fan art go uncredited, and I'm left wondering why he doesn't stop doing it after he's been caught. It's not like he benefits greatly from it, yet he clings onto it for dear life. Perhaps he likes to use these odd and outlandish images to furnish his incredibly cluttered thumbnails. I'm serious, these thumbnails give the middle finger to the concept of empty space, and it's really triggering my claustrophobia. I guess he wants to keep his format of thumbnails to try and direct more attention and views to his content, even when doing so has made his channel stagnant. Perhaps this would be the best time to talk about his content. It's the most painfully mediocre gaming content on YouTube that I've seen in a while. His writing is uninteresting and mostly seems to be a carbon copy of Peanut Butter Gamer's content based on his jokes, and the way he delivers said jokes. He mostly talks about topics done better on other YouTube channels, such as the Game Boy bootleg video being an inferior version of Pro Jared's worst console ever review. Overall, his content is incredibly boring and lackluster, and I struggle to finish most of them. That's why I shoved this part at the end, but not all hope is lost for our friend Connor. Like I mentioned before, his JonTron homage was pretty alright, all things considered. And if he just threw out the JonTron references and made his videos in the same style as that, I have no doubts he would find new success. I would consider watching it too, and it would provide Connor with a much needed change of pace. Connor really struggles in finding an identity for himself on the YouTube landscape, and if he remains to live in the shadow of the larger creators, then he will continue to be stagnant for the rest of his life and his career. So yeah, that was my video on Connor the Waffle. Hopefully he sees this and actually takes to heart what I've mentioned in this video, and that he stops stealing fan art, he stops doing all these shady tactics in his videos, and just hopefully tries to grow past this. And also, Connor, if you're watching this, you know, you could respond to this video in a couple different ways. You could either improve your content, like I mentioned, or you could throw a piss fit on Twitter. But I wouldn't recommend that. So thank you guys for watching. This will probably be my last YouTube community-related video for a while. Next video will be a review. So thank you for watching again, and I bid you all farewell. See ya.